Did an old stargate ignite the Iraq War? Maybe it goes even further than that. In 1991, during the Gulf War, an astonishing report emerged in the Russian newspaper Pravda, describing an incident that would become known as Iraq's Roswell. A Russian colonel in Iraq saw the U.S. Air Force fire down a UFO, the report said. The colonel was shocked when he saw the crash scene. Where were the craft's pilots? Where was its engine? Could the Iraqis have found these items before Russian, Saudi, or American personnel arrived? Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Subscribe to Uncovered History and press the bell icon so you never miss any of our updates. Let's get into the video. Gilgamesh was a powerful and influential figure in Mesopotamian history, and his story has been passed down through generations in the form of epic poems and texts. But for centuries, historians were split on whether or not Gilgamesh existed, and it was commonly considered that the Gilgamesh narrative was really a myth. But who knows, the truth is yet to come. In this video, we will tell you the hidden truth about the tomb of Gilgamesh. Austen Henry Layard, an English historian and archaeologist, discovered a groundbreaking discovery among the remains of the Assyrian monarch. Inside Ashurbanipal's library in northern Iraq in 1849, he found a 1,000-year-old clay tablet with strange writing he couldn't decipher. 15,000 tablet pieces with the same strange lettering were also discovered by the early 1850s. These tablets were sent to the British Museum, where researchers spent decades deciphering them. In the 1870s, banknote engraver George Smith broke through. In 1866, museum staff hired George Smith. They proposed he begins translating with Austen Henry Layard's 15,000 pieces. Smith worked for years before the tablets revealed their words. Smith was surprised to discover an amazing narrative. The tablets recorded a flood that killed all mankind save one man and his family. The British Prime Minister also attended Smith's 1872 presentation to the Society of Biblical Archaeology, where numerous experts and theologians said that this ancient flood tale verified the Bible's Noah story. Smith published comprehensive translations of his findings in 1875. He was interpreting the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest epic ever written, without realizing it. Smith died at 36 in 1876. For decades and generations, even to this very day, scholars have continued Smith's work, translating more and more tablets, slowly revealing the full story of the epic. The Epic of Gilgamesh recounts the fascinating narrative of the ancient Mesopotamian ruler who ruled Iraq thousands of years ago. The gods created Enkidu to teach him a lesson about tyranny. After battling to a draw, neither better than the other, the two men become best friends and embark on a series of adventures detailed in the epic. Jörg Fassbinder and his team of archaeologists, using modern equipment to dig down into the earth, uncovered a complete old city under the desert that was remarkably built out just as the city of Uruk, over which Gilgamesh was said to have ruled, was portrayed in the story. Archaeologists refer to the site as Venice in the desert, because of the presence of residences, gardens, and farms, as well as a highly sophisticated system of canals. Importantly, on the outside of the old city, archaeologists identified what seemed to be a burial place as the tomb of the ancient ruler. According to Fassbinder, I cannot confirm that it was King Gilgamesh's tomb, but it resembles the one described in the epic. Then, though, the unimaginable occurred. The United States attacked Iraq a few weeks after the tomb of Gilgamesh was uncovered, compelling Fassbinder and his colleagues to stop their work and evacuate the country. The mystery remained unresolved. For 20 years, people have disputed the official government claim that Iraq and Saddam Hussein were harboring weapons of mass destruction. But was there something else going on? In 2003, the tomb of Gilgamesh, the legendary king of Uruk, was discovered in Iraq. Gilgamesh was 1/3 human and 2/3 celestial, born to a goddess and a man. He was 17 feet tall and possessed superhuman strength, endurance, and intellect. If his tomb was opened, what records of Gilgamesh's totality of wisdom about all things may be buried with him? Was his tomb a 17-foot-tall skeleton? The U.S. military put up an encampment around Gilgamesh after invading the country. As they did, they expelled scientists and sent home media members, including ABC News and BBC figures. If the U.S. military opened Gilgamesh's tomb and took everything, including the king's corpse, what secrets were disclosed, and what happened to the items? The museum was unsecured for days after the U.S. forces took Baghdad. Many citizens broke into the building and stole tens of thousands of valuable items. The International Council on Monuments president called the U.S. military's neglect of the museum a crime against humanity, but the story only got worse. Many witnesses said that before looters stormed into the museum, special U.S. military forces entered and removed whole vaults of antiquities, loaded them into big trucks, and fled. If the thieves knew what they were looking for, then what were they looking for? In the 1920s, reports flowed from Iraq to governments throughout the world concerning the discovery of an incomprehensible old technology. It was nicknamed a Stargate because users could teleport through it. In the 1980s, reports surfaced that Saddam Hussein had rediscovered the Stargate and began studying it to make it work. By the end of the 1990s, U.S. authorities were afraid that Saddam may be close to figuring out how the Stargate functioned, allowing him to instantly travel to distant areas and possibly contact extraterrestrials and obtain their superior extraterrestrial technologies. Did an old Stargate ignite the Iraq War? Maybe it goes even further than that. In 1991, during the Gulf War, an astonishing report emerged in the Russian newspaper Pravda, describing an incident that would become known as Iraq's Roswell. A Russian colonel in Iraq saw the U.S. Air Force fire down a UFO, the report said. The colonel was shocked when he saw the crash scene. Where were the craft's pilots? Where was its engine? Could the Iraqis have found these items before Russian, Saudi, or American personnel arrived? In late 2002, a military source called an American radio station to confirm that Iraq had collected items from the crash site and was trying to reverse engineer the extraterrestrial technology. The caller said the U.S. administration felt Saddam's scientists were near a breakthrough and must be stopped. The U.S. attacked Iraq months later. Is it possible that this was the true reason for the Iraq War? Regardless of the reason for the invasion, there may be more to the story than meets the eye. Imagine what archaeologists could discover if they could open Gilgamesh's tomb. Did the U.S. military take something from the museum before the looters arrived? Was the Stargate or extraterrestrial technology involved in the invasion? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing topics. Thanks for watching.